morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are Team Chevere from Chulalongkorn University. First of all, you might be wondering what Chevere means. Chevere is actually a Spanish word meaning cool in English, and we chose this word because we think that our team is cool and excellent in every way. My name is Kitikata Papi, and I am the CEO of Chevere and also responsible for wholesale service.
My name is Monisha. I am a procurement and sales manager.
My name is Pilaya and I am production manager.
My name is Chonisha. I am marketing manager.
And my name is Rosmalin. I am a human resource manager.
If you have any questions, please feel free to ask us at the end of the presentation. Alright, now let's start off with our strategy. After a few tries, we've gained some experience and come up with a strategy called LIST, L-I-S-T. The first letter L stands for lesson cost. The letter I stands for improved efficiency. S is for signify HR or human resource. And last but not least, T is for team up. The first letter L or lesson cost. There are a few costs that play an important role in the game, and rental cost is one of them. As we can see from the pie chart here, that rental cost has about 70% out of the total overhead cost, and that is a significant number. That's why we pay a great attention to this. Usually before the game start, we would read the configuration, do some calculation, and think about what we like to play in this game. First of all, if we think that rental cost is high, we would first ask ourselves, is it really that high? To answer the questions, we have to ask ourselves about exchange rate and purchase discount. We would compare rental cost to the advantage of exchange rate and purchase discount, and if the combination of exchange rate and purchase discount is higher or trades off with rental cost, we would think that we should order big and stock up. On the other hand, if we do the calculation and the combination of exchange rate advantage and purchase discount does not trade off with rental cost, it is probably better to do a different approach, which could be just in time or JIT.
The next option. In order to reduce the rental cost, we cooperate with the purchasing team and the just-in-time purchasing system is adopted. The most important factor that will make the system works is selecting the right vendors. We normally select the vendor who can provide us the right item with the proper price in the right time. And to ensure which vendor is reliable, we try to track how long they take to deliver each order. In this game, even though lead time takes so long, but the order usually arrive on time. From this information we have, so we decided to adopt just-in-time purchasing system with some branch, and we found that it worked. So we use just-in-time purchasing system with every branch in the last part of the game. We try to keep our rental space as small as possible in order to keep low cost, but still meet the market demand. And a result of implementing just-in-time purchasing system is a lower rental cost in retail compared to when we use the conventional purchasing system.
Another thing that can less cost is production. Since cost of goods manufacture is lower than cost of goods purchase, so our team decided to produce goods in order to reduce the average cost of goods sold. The more goods we produce, is the lower the fixed cost we have to pay due to economy of scale. We also enhance competitive advantage for our wholesale, which can generate more 47% income of total sale. And the second letter is I, or improve efficiency. The first thing I would like to mention is cash flow. Even though the cash flow maybe is a thing that a little thing, but it's a so but can determine the okay, and so we do put the invest in the retail store and finished good to generate more income, and when we have more cash we investing in the wholesale by buying machine and raw materials.
So another thing we can do about improve efficiency is to improve our pricing strategy. As we all know, normally when the price is increased, the quality usually drop as a result of demand and supply. So as you can see from the bar chart, at first we raise the price from 30 baht to 31 baht, and so our quantity sold dropped from 1,790 to 1,740. But however, our total retail sale don't change too much, so we decide to keep to raise the price up until we get to the point that our units sold have decreased. So we can determine that the price at 33 baht can generate a higher unit sold and higher sale, and this is lead to a higher trading profit. As you can see from the bar chart, with a similar amount of sale in day 15 and 30, the sale is similar, but the trading profit has a difference because on day 30 we sell at the higher price, so we can generate more trading profit because the lower unit sold and generate a smaller cost of goods sold.
The next thing would be letter S, which is signify human resource. Human resource is one of the most important that drive our business. So in brief, when customer have issue, we would consult them because the cost of consult the cheapest one, and resigning, it has no cost, but you have to hire new employees, and dismissing would be our last option because we want to keep people that have potential in our business. So consulting is the most practical option. It is cost saving, and it's also prevent the employee shortage. So when we hiring new employee, if they don't have 100% competency, we would train them as soon as we can. We strongly believe that the sooner we tackle the problem, the less the cost we have to pay, and the smoother our business run. At Chevere, we strongly believe that When we have teamwork, everything is possible. Thank you.
Thank you. Time for use.
Okay. Well, thank you for the presentation. Again, that I think is quite a good presentation, and you have straightened out with the strategy and so on. Well, a few questions for you to answer. You mentioned about when you start at the beginning, it was question that you're gonna have outsourcing. I mean, just in time. That strategy, that was whatever tools that you used, right? And then when you realize that you need to use the outsourcing thing, that was when was it? Any significant numbers showing to you, to your team, for your consideration? I mean, the strategy you chose, right? Producing, let me clear this first. You use both producing and also outsourcing, buying from others, right? So how many percentage comparing this then? First, two.
Usually it depends on the configuration, because sometimes the cost of producing can be really high. Like for example, the last game, the very recent one that we played, the cost of producing apple juice, that one's really high, and it's even producing it is a cost even more than buying finished good and sell it out. So we actually for apple juice we outsource. Yeah, so we buy finished good and then sell it out for retail, both retails and wholesales. But for melon juice and orange juice, producing it is better, so we choose to produce.
So meaning you have your own factory, basically.
Yes.
And how
yes.
the capacity of those?
Yes.
The capacity of the producing? How many percentage?
That also depends on the cash flow that we have. So usually we would start buying one machine and then two machine, and usually for last game we bought 3 machines, and that the capacity is for each machine is 15,000 units for each machine. So to combine that up is 45,000 units per day for 3 machines.
Okay, how many percentage?
That also depends on the sales that we make each day, because
Okay,
we do both wholesales and retails.
Okay, alright, that's because of the game. Okay, because of the assumption. Okay, I get it. So it means it's very flexible.
Yes, very flexible.
Very flexible. Okay, that's nice. But in real life, it's not easy like that. It's not going to be easy like, okay, you ship from that to those, and then you just focus on factory for this day, and tomorrow you're going to buy it. Sometimes you have to think beyond that, right? Also, the pricing strategy. I saw from your thinking method, you increase from 1 baht each time until you get it drop.
Yes.
Interesting. This is consumer goods, right? This is a game. Just for the comments, this is a game. It's showing you numbers, right? You can make decision by the numbers, right? But in the real life, in the business, this is consumer good, especially this kind of the Jewish thing, right? So pricing is one thing that consumer might consider you, and then sometimes you have to see the market price. Sometimes you know that you have some more strategy, or maybe you set the price and then you get for promotion, and you see things around. That's the better way around, to me. Okay. Another thing before we give it to other judges, there's a slide showing day 30 and vs day 15. Not this one. The one later, the change. Okay. What's the change for this? This is the result, I know. But what's different between day 15 and day 30 to your company?
More trading profit because lower cost of goods sold.
What did you do?
We did the pricing.
Oh, this only the pricing thing.
This is a result of the pricing
Oh, this
strategy.
is only pricing strategy thing. But the cost of because you increase the price, so your cost of goods sold less.
Yeah,
That's it.
so smaller
Oh.
units for higher profit, higher sales.
That's not a significant thing. Alright. Okay, well, very nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Grace already asked all my questions, so I don't have any question for you, but I do have some comments on your presentation. First of all, what I really like about what you did with the presentation is that you overall strategy as well is that you test the data and you justify your strategy based on what you tested, which is actually what you should do when you actually going out to business. This is what you're doing, and in these days, this is actually what we did in real life. We do thousands of tests in marketing, like strategies and stuff, and then we executed based on the result of the test. 5 years ago, we cannot do this because we don't have the tools or we use a lot of online media these days, so it has quantifiable data that we can use back to try out our marketing campaign, which you did. So that is good. You leveraging a lot of data in this to find a solution, and that is very valuable lesson that you should be learning from this. And you did good. That is okay. All the questions already asked. One thing I would like to point out, and this is actually might sound a little bit harsh, but it's true. I understand the value of teamwork and everything, but in the pitching like this, and you will be going out pitching a lot like after this. Teamwork doesn't mean you have to all present. You should be selecting the person that you think present the best, and then other person has other important jobs to do as well. So keep that in mind. That's my 2 cents to it. I think that should be something you consider as well. Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
What is your SR development strategy? Is discussing on this SR development strategy.
So with the HR, we would calculate the cost first, like consulting and resign. We don't have to pay, but yeah, we have to hire new employee and then training. So when our employee, in the game, when our employee have problems, we would consult first, or even they resigning, we still consult. Sometimes they come back not like actually resign. So we do this first, and then if their competency not like 100%, we train them. It's better for our business. So like it's more profitability. Like you can work more and you can use your competency at the highest levels.
Thank you for your answers.
Thank you.